Is that our signal to go live? Oh, man. Jesus. I don't think I've ever seen somebody so scared to go live before. I just saw her from the corner of my eye, like, oh, God.
It's alive!
It's alive! But anyways, welcome to Hamilton Radio with the Roundtable here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. I'm your host, John Brecco, Disbay, Abby, and Ruben is over there controlling the board. Thank you, shout out to Ruben. My guest was supposed to be Matt Coughlin tonight. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it because he's taking care of his girlfriend at the moment, so thoughts and prayers go out to them. But we did have to come up with some topics for the show since he wasn't able to make it. And Ruben has been talking about conspiracy theories pretty much ever since I came in the show.
So, conception.
Yeah, right? So, I wanted to start with this article that I ended up finding while I was, Googling stuff. Before that, I found the weirdest word to describe sex today. We were talking to somebody in Pizza City when I was taking her out to eat, and they were just describing it as bumping. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why are you, who would find that, attractive to say? Like, that's almost as bad as grabbing by the pussy.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's just like, babe, you're so hot, I just want to bump the shit out of you.
As he sticks the microphone in my face.
Babe, you're just so hot, I want to bump the shit out of your snooch.
Oh, God.
I just want to snooch you vaginally. Not smooch, snooch.
I'm sorry, are you Paul?
Let's make that very clear.
Are you Paul?
I'm pretty sure, we would have gotten bodily fluids that don't normally go into sex right now if I was Paul.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, no, that happened. Yo, you want to hear something, funny I found at UPS one day?
What?
I found this box that said Quickie on it.
Okay.
And it was great because I kept going up to people, and I was just like, I need one of these. Except to this one kid named Carl who looked like Steve Urkel.
Oh, my God.
And I was just like, hey, Carl. He's like, yeah. I'm like, you ever get one of these?
Did I do that?
Did you do this?
Okay, so I was in high school, about senior year. There is a board game out there called Quelf.
Quelf?
Yes.
Okay, that's very close to queef.
My point exactly. So
I want to bump you until you quelf.
No, so my friend.
I've never seen Doug Mack so straight-faced before.
There was a whole bunch of us coming into the room. Quelf was on the table. My friend's parents are here. Very, very Christian, by the way. Right? All of a sudden, I just yell out, "What is queef?"
Ah!
And
you could
I
just
read
say
it wrong.
quelf like a normal person?
I just read it wrong. I was like, "What's a queef?"
Did you actually not know what a queef was?
No, I knew what it was. And
okay,
then
I was about to say.
Her boyfriend at the time felt the need to explain that to me, and I was like, I'm an adult, kind of.
I was talking about the board game, sir.
So I was like, well, why are you being suggestive? Thank you very much.
Then you read it again, you're like,
Oh.
That's not queef, that's quelf.
Yeah. Mom was horrified.
I want to bump you till you quelf. Alright, so
today.
So the weirdest thing that I found when I was Googling stuff, let me just read it out loud. Disney's 2013 Smash Frozen did more than 2 Oscars and launched Let It Go Mania, also inspired a theory about an earlier Disney film.
Let it go.
You see, I told you I wasn't going to be able to do my show with all this Christmas singing and shit. She was telling me how much she hates Christmas and then decides to tell me what her favorite songs from Christmas are.
Merry
Literally
Christmas,
just back
kiss
to
my
back.
ass.
So
Kiss
Yeah,
his
and
ass, kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.
Hey. Blame. I was about to say
National
blame.
Lampoon, no.
I was about to make a South Park reference, say blame Hanukkah, but then I realized they're blaming Canada, actually.
8 Crazy
Yeah,
Nights is not
Hanukkah.
bad.
Blame Canada!
Well, you know the Hanukkah song, right?
What, the Hanukkah
Put
song from South
on
Park?
your yarmulke. It's time
Oh, that's
for
Adam Sandler.
Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember that. No, you ever heard that South Park song where they're, like, against Canada?
Oh yeah.
Is that the one where he fucks me?
I don't think that's the one. I was going to say, you're closer to the UPS Man episode than... Considering I work at UPS, that's kind of your life.
I know.
I hope you realize that.
What can Brown do for you?
Well.
Just while that's happening, don't be like, oh my God, Mr. UPS Man. Oh my God. How dare you if you ever do that?
If it ever happens.
Yeah, right. If. This is where
we're only 1 month in, bucko.
This is where my eyes start like going like forward and left like nothing happened. All right, so anyways, I was reading this. After Elsa and Anna's parents are shipwrecked at the beginning of the movie, leaving their two daughters alone together in Arendelle, the audience is left to assume they died at sea.
I literally cried at that part. I was in the theater just bawling my damn eyes out.
I don't remember that part, actually.
I very much do because I cried.
Well, I mean, I was kind of made to watch Frozen, so...
Oh, wow.
And honestly, that's nowhere near one of my favorite Disney movies. You know my favorite one.
Yeah.
I was going to say, my top three are probably Aladdin, Moana, and The Lion King.
I hate Moana.
How do you hate Moana?
I just
what kind of soul do you not have?
Remember, when The Lion King came out in the theaters.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I was 14.
You know, when
Oh, wow.
when he's singing Can You Feel the Love Tonight,
Oh, yeah.
I never understood the references till I was an adult.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're probably like what, 4 years old when it came out.
Yeah.
Well, honestly,
96. So.
Oh, you were. Oh no, you weren't even born when it came out.
Honestly, have you ever put SpongeBob and Hey Arnold together?
No.
That had so many references.
The SpongeBob
You don't-
guy died today.
Yeah, the
Oh yeah,
creator
you were
died.
telling me that.
Rest in peace, my
Yeah,
friend.
definitely.
You
Rest
have
in
given
peace.
us so much.
It was a sad day.
Well, you know,
The guy has given us so much. Like, our generation specifically, there's so many good references.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so many things. Like, we still quote them all the time.
You know,
That's-
I saw this thing on Facebook where they actually reference unusual things on TV, like especially
Yeah.
cartoon characters. Like with SpongeBob, they're like, how does SpongeBob connect his sleeves? What is his sleeves connected to? When he's wearing his sleeves.
That's
When,
the most random one
Where-
that I think I've
When,
heard.
when Donald Duck loses his shirt, he doesn't wear any pants, but when he loses his shirt, he covers himself like he's naked.
I don't understand that. But he's right though. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was watching March of the Wooden Soldiers
Oh,
on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
that's good.
There's a demonic Mickey.
I was about to say, where were you going with this?
Look that shit up.
I'll look up demonic Mickey, but let me actually finish this. All right, co-director Jennifer Lee confirmed in a 2014 Reddit AMA, however, that according to co-director Chris Buck, they didn't die on a boat. They got washed up on a shore in a jungle island. The queen gave birth to a baby boy. They built a treehouse. They get eaten by a leopard. You putting it together?
Tarzan.
That's right. Elsa and Anna's parents are Tarzan's parents. Even better, Buck also directed Disney's 1999 Tarzan. If only Elsa's anthem went, "Me let it go / you freeze."
Actually, that was on that.
That last
thing,
part
too.
was stupid.
Tarzan
Huh?
Tarzan was on that list of on like strange things on the cartoons. They
I
said
want to
that,
know about them strangers like me, my two sisters.
They said that if Tarzan grew up in the jungle amongst the animals, how is he so clean shaved?
Yeah. No,
Even
I
Tom
actually do
Hanks
wonder
on
that.
Castaway got dirty.
Dirty, yeah, exactly.
Wilson.
I was gonna say I've been watching a shit ton of Arrow. Did anyone see Oliver Queen during the flashbacks? That was a dirty
Spoiler
man.
alert.
I was gonna say, look at Pigpen.
Spoiler
It's like the
alert.
same
Is that
thing.
real?
Yeah. I was gonna say you've had me watch it, so that's like the main show I'm watching right now.
Oh, it's
And
so
I
good.
think in the I think is it American Tail is Disney too, right? American Tail.
American Tail.
Yeah.
Dragon Tail.
And in
Giant.
American Tail, if I'm correct, if it was the right movie.
Yeah.
When they're maybe it wasn't American Tail, maybe it was the Rescuers. Maybe it was that one.
Maybe.
But there's a part where I think they're rats or squirrels or whatever, and they're flying in a plane and they're passing an apartment building.
I am tired of these motherfucking
And
rats on this
you-
motherfucking plane.
Oh, the snakes in the plane.
Yeah, you see what I did there.
If you pass by the building, if you freeze frame it, somebody showed this. They actually show a female naked in the window.
Hey.
Well, it's just like the Little Mermaid. The guy drew a penis in the castle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That
on
happened?
the cover.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
And on the cover, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of dildos. On it.
I never even saw that. Oh, wow.
This is
Yep.
this demonic.
I was going to say, yeah, I saw that. I ended up looking it up on here. I like some of these, actually. Yo, there's one demonic Mickey with, like, fangs and, like, the middle finger up, and I'm like, that just looks boss. I love it.
Well, you know they say
Some of these look creepy.
Well, you know, if you want to go to the conspiracy part of it, you know, they say Walt was a Mason, and actually on the Disneyland property, not Disney World, I believe, but Disneyland,
Yeah.
There's a address on Main Street called 33 Main Street on Disney,
Yeah?
and that's where they hold Masonic meetings.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Now, you may have one in Orlando. I wasn't sure, but I never thought about that. But if you look up 33 on Disney Main Street,
Let's do it.
and you'll see, I think it's the one in California, or you might have them both in Orlando and in California.
Well, I just looked up 33 on Disney Main Street.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm reading it now. Club 33 and other Disney parks. The second Club 33 is located in Tokyo Disneyland, rather than being located in the New Orleans Square. It is located on Center Street of World Bazaar, the park's version of Main Street, USA.
Make sure you, yep.
Yeah, so what do they have there, you said?
It's supposed to be a Masonic club. there.
Masonic Club?
Masonic club on Disney parks. I just forgot which one it was. It was either one in Orlando or the one at in what was it, Anaheim? No, Anaheim. Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm going to look up
Which
the
I,
conspiracy
visited
on it now.
both.
Hold on. Conspiracy.
Disney jail at the Anaheim Disneyland.
Do they really?
No, I didn't know about that.
I brought students there on a field trip once.
Oh, yeah?
Students from Patterson
Oh, wow.
Disney jail.
who were picked up. Well, one kid was picked up for shoplifting.
I was going to say, I'd go with Arkham Asylum, but Disney owns Marvel, not DC. So that really doesn't work. Yeah, right?
Wow.
That makes me sad.
Well, you know, also, you know, I know they have it in Orlando because Disney is actually built on top of another building, the entire park, because there's a building underneath.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah,
Yep.
the whole park is connected with tunnels.
Tunnels, yep, underground tunnels. That's why characters can come up out of nowhere, and police and everything can come out of nowhere.
All right, so I found a very weird article.
Fall still. I know.
What kinds of freak nasty things go on in Disney's hyper exclusive? That's the first thing I read. I don't understand. So all right, let's look up 15 facts about the
And we've lost internet.
ultra exclusive society. Yeah, and we lost internet.
You lost internet? Refresh it.
All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll try this again.
It's on a wireless.
It's on wireless?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the internet's completely gone right now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I can try my phone, see what happens.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, you're checking it right now?
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah, but until then, I can look at my phone, see if I can find those facts. So let me just Google it really quick, and I'll try to get it. About
Close that on it. I'm trying to
close out?
Yeah, try to close that out.
All right, I'll try to go back.
Because we're good over here.
All right, yeah. Let's try it now.
Or use the phone. I know that's an old laptop.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, I got it.
Just have it fresh.
All right, so let me scroll down. All right, so 15 facts about the ultra exclusive society, Disney's Club 33. Did you know that there's an ultra secret exclusive club at 2 of Disney's parks? Celebrities, persons of wealth, and other captains of industry are among its members. So what is required to join? We will tell you all about it. All right, so it says it's a private and exclusive 5-star restaurant in Disneyland and has been located in the heart of New Orleans Square. I literally just said that. Right under your nose. Although the address is known, the entrance historically been hidden in plain sight and designated by an address plate immediately engraved with the number 33. A meeting place for VIPs. The exclusive club was originally intended for use of Disneyland's corporate sponsors and other industry VIPs when it opened in May 1967. Limited individual membership soon became available, and now dignitaries, celebrities, and even U.S. presidents might be spotted entering Club 33. Imagine Donald Trump and Disney.
There you go.
Kick him out. Kick him out.
Happiest place on earth. First person people would get pissed off seeing. It doesn't mix.
Well, they say that, a lot of times, Disney keeps there's a lot of, stuff that happens in Disney, and they keep it on the wraps. Like, even when somebody dies or something like that, they don't, they clean it up, they carry the body away really quick. So
Yeah,
they have to.
Yeah, there's, there is a photographer. She did a TED Talk. I know her first name's Tara. I forget her last name, but she actually photographs like unknown places and secret happenings. And she asked to go into Disney, and they would not let her go in because they want to create an illusion of a fantasy world, and it's an escape, and that's, even if it's just for a day.
Right.
They want to keep it all under wraps, and I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's absolutely right, because when you go there, it's almost like when you're watching a movie and you get really into it, and you're really immersed into that film.
Yeah.
And somebody, knocks on the door or interrupts you, walks in front of you, so she comes and says, "Hey, John, do you want some Cheetos?"
It interrupts the escape. Although, yes, I want some damn Cheetos, but I do get your point.
Well, yeah,
Listen.
I was going to say, you think I'm going to turn Cheetos down? That'd be crazy.
Very true.
I'm too fat to be doing that. That would make no damn sense. All right, so...
Let me get some hot Cheetos, though.
Let me get some of those Cheetos, girl. I used to know somebody who drank hot milk, and I would stare into his soul every time he did it. That's completely random, but I just thought of it now.
I stare into your soul every time you are very thirsty and you grab a glass of milk.
Why stare into my soul, though? Milk is good.
Because water's the good way to go.
Okay, but...
Water. Keeps you hydrated.
Hey.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Gatorade's better.
Get her done. All right, so which one was I on? All right, name origin. The origin name itself remains a bit of a mystery. Officially, Club 33 derives its name from its address on Royal Street. Others believe it was the number of an original corporate sponsors of Disneyland. 10, requirement to join. I kind of just saw 25,000, and then I looked away from the screen. I didn't read it, but I'm guessing this is where I saw it from.
Okay.
How much does it cost? According to online resources, corporate members pay an initiation fee of $40,000. Individual members pay $25,000 to join. This fee is in addition to annual dues, which are about $10,000 to $15,000. Initiation dues may change annually. All right, what are the perks?
Oh, yeah.
In addition to dinner at the club, members receive complimentary access to Disney parks, early admission valet, parking 6 fast passes a day, joining the skipper in the wheelhouse on the Mark Twain, and passage on the presidential car. Lily Bell. Ruben.
Yeah.
What was the conspiracy theory about Club 33?
Club 33, the conspiracy was that Club 33, since, Walt was actually a Mason.
Okay.
And he built that club for Masonic, members.
Yeah.
And a lot of members, as you know, once you reach a different level sometimes, I'm not talking about, low-level members, that, because, people that are in a low-income bracket, you still join the Masonic Order.
Yeah.
But they actually, believe it or not, in the Masonic Order, you have actually... it was at the time divided by black and white, and then now it then became not black and white, but then also divided by income.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of people that are in the Masonic Order that they're really high up in the game. Like
Yeah.
you said, the club membership is $45,000 a year to join that club.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody that's probably a regular Mason may not be able to afford that.
Yeah.
Afford that because they probably have their own club membership. I don't know how much it is for a regular person to join, but when you join that club for $45,000 a year plus whatever monthly fees.
Gotcha.
So a lot of those members could be members, and sometimes they pay so much money that their families would
be
so it's initiated into it as well.
So it's kind of like a way to like divide it up in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was kind of wondering because I didn't want to like lose like what like the theory actually was.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. That's why it's a conspiracy because unfortunately no one's been in there with a camera or like Alex Jones when you went to Bohemian Grove.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Bohemian Grove is kind of the same way. If you go to Bohemian Grove in California, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. You weren't even talking to me.
Okay. You looked at me like, I don't know. But yeah, it's in California, and believe it or not, the people in the town knows what goes on there, but they're not allowed to talk about it because the entire town was actually threatened.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
What a boring ass town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right?
No.
That's why Alex
I wonder
Jones-
what the tourism pamphlets look like.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, let me have a couple stories over here.
But I think they said that the conspiracy is that the people that are part of Bohemian Grove, like all the past presidents and wealthy people, they even said like foreign presidents, or they're like what's his name, Putin and French president and everything like that. Even though they're against each other, but they all come to to Bohemian Grove and everything to initiate new people in and stuff like that. It was kind of gay, I'll be honest with you. But
Happens.
But they take it really seriously, and and it's hard to get in if you're not somebody in high society.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And the whole town gets paid off, so that's why nobody talks about what's going on there. They supplement the entire town.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So much money comes in there that they supplement the entire town. So when you ask like the police officer or town folks, they just say, "I don't want to talk about it," or "I don't want to discuss it." That's how deep the Bohemian Grove is.
Sheesh. All right, so I looked up a couple more articles. The next one I got over here is 9 kids TV show fan theories that will totally ruin your childhood, from Power Rangers to Rugrats. Were you here when we had like Matt Kaluzny on and we were talking about like a bunch of like political theories?
Oh yeah, I was here.
I was gonna say did want to like switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was gonna say because then we were talking about like Rothschild and Pizzagate. So
yeah.
I want to do like a little bit more of like show stuff this time. So I can keep it different, you know?
That's right.
I can't be doing the same shit.
You can go any direction with that.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
All right. So Postman Pat has fathered all the kids in town. All the birds are definitely singing all right because Pat is quite the Lothario, according to this theory. It turns out that Pat is the Pat Mustard of Greendale. And Twitter user @AnnDunneneach, I don't know what the fuck, first noted how pretty much all the kids in the village have a certain Pat quality about them. Could it be that Pat secretly has been a serial shagger all these years? That's a new one.
God.
Serial shagger. Yeah.
Lord.
All right, so yeah, we got Postman Pat being the only redhead in Greendale. And it's even worse when you think about poor Jeff. Oh boy. My name Jeff. Yeah, then it's got like a bunch of like different pictures of like Jeff and like Pat, and it's like, oh god.
She screwed the mailman.
Oh, Mr. UPS man. All right. And we got number 2. Hey Arnold is actually all about Helga and her depressing life. I mean, we kind of already knew that though.
Yeah.
You ever watch Hey Arnold?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of references, you make my girlhood tremble. You never thought of that?
The triple?
Not until now.
Are you serious? How did you not know that?
No, I didn't think of it.
What? What are you doing with your life?
I'm wasting it, obviously.
All right. We got the Smurfs are white supremacists.
Oh my god.
All right, this one I want to read.
Before you move on. So you're saying like the source of white supremacists?
That's what it says.
Yeah. Do you see the one that it said that Troy Brown is racist?
No, I haven't seen that one
They
yet.
had what's his name sit separate from everybody else, and they had the Snoopy, the dog.
Oh man.
And I think what was that? The black kid's name in Charlie Brown? Franklin.
Yeah,
That's it.
it was Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin. So Franklin should have been where Snoopy should have sat, but Snoopy is sitting with everybody else, and Franklin's on the other side of the table.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh man.
How horrible is that?
Yeah. All right, so yeah, it says the Smurfs are white supremacists. Below that, it has Papa Smurf and a bunch of other Smurfs making like the Nazi symbol. All right, so then this part of it starts. Well, blue supremacists. The theory goes that the lovable Smurfs are actually a racist Nazi-like faction due to their pointed white hats. Go with it. And the fact that their leader wears a pointed red hat, which is very similar to the KKK. Oh my god, this is great. Their villain, Gargamel, is a money-loving, big-nosed, dark-haired dude. Any deeply offensive stereotypes occurring to you? Whose cat is called Azrael. I forgot the cat's name.
Wasn't it Gargamel?
Yeah, no, the villain was Gargamel. The
That's
cat was
human.
Azrael.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
The name of the angel of death in Jewish tradition. Yeah.
Oh God.
Author Antoine Bueno points out the first comic strip, The Black Smurfs, was intimately concerned with what you might classify as a racial threat, because in that album the Smurfs are sick, and when they're sick, they don't turn purple or red or anything like that. They become black, and when they become black, they lose all trace of intelligence.
Ooh.
I do want to say I am reading off an article that is not me saying that.
Ooh.
Well, you know that's what you're reading. Sometimes people say, "Well, they didn't mean it that way," but there's a lot of, you know how they say you can say stuff without actually saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Internally.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
You know, that's the problem with, just art and everything in general. The artist intends it one way, but people
Right.
interpret it
People-
1,000 different ways.
Well, they even they canceled Porky Pig. You don't see Porky Pig from
Yeah.
Yeah.
Melodies anymore because of the stuttering. Because they said
Oh,
that
yeah.
Porky Pig made fun of I forgot what you call it when people stutter.
Bit. That's all, folks.
Is it Bell's palsy?
That's all, folks.
It's
I
not
think-
Bell's palsy, is it?
I don't think so.
Stutter.
I think
Is
it's
it
like-
just
it's like-
stuttering?
I think it might be speech impediment.
Okay, speech impediment, yeah.
speech
I think so.
That's where we're going.
Yeah, but that, as someone who did grow up with Looney Tunes in the house, like Looney Tunes, Wacky Racers,
Oh yeah.
the Snorks, which
Oh,
was
yeah,
like the
Snorks.
underwater
Yeah.
Smurfs.
I know water Smurfs. I always thought the Snorks were a copy of the Smurfs.
Yeah.
Nice.
But no, like a lot of those things were very diverse
Yeah.
in a way.
In a
Like
way.
you
I was
had-
gonna say, look at baby Looney Tunes.
Oh
Yeah.
They were all raised by grandma. I
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
was gonna say Bugs Bunny,
Granny.
Daffy Duck.
Mhm.
Lola Bunny.
Yeah.
Lord Bunny.
I was
Space
I was
Jam.
like-
Anyone? No.
I was trying to remember the girl bunny and I forgot.
Lola.
Oh,
Her name
Lola.
was
That was the best
Lola.
moment
Lola.
ever.
She
I think it was
a
Lola.
Bugs Bunny took the bullet. I was gonna say Michael Jordan had his back though, so it's
Oh,
okay.
speaking of Space Jam, they still haven't taken down the original Space Jam website.
Really?
Yeah.
Still up after all these years?
Yeah.
Actually, when Space Jam came out, I don't think there was an internet.
How
I think it was like the 90s.
I was seeing stuff on them doing like a sequel with LeBron James. How do you feel about that?
No, don't ruin a classic.
Yeah. Michael Jordan actually had a decent hairline back then.
Right.
I'm not even worried about the player. I'm just worried about, because they can't make it as funny as it was.
You're making
Right.
it. His hairline touches the back of his neck. You're really gonna put him on screen?
Well, it's almost like, should they make another Spaceballs? They've been
No.
No.
it's supposed to be called
One and
Search
done.
of Money.
In Search of Money.
Yeah, that's the new
That
Space-
sounds stupid. Plus, it's 30 years later. Didn't that come out in like the 80s?
Yeah, 1987 actually.
Yeah.
I
I was gonna say it's been
knows.
31 years.
I remember.
I think you could just leave it now.
Yeah, I was around like 10 years old when it came out.
Yeah. It's a little late for that now.
I think in the sequel they were gonna have Lance Armstrong
Yeah.
star in it, and they were gonna call it Ball.
Oh.
Well,
There you go.
Baseball.
this, and actually, speaking of that, who
Hey,
makes a
Tom,
great
you can help with the
determination.
special effects and the gravitational pull. Hey, Ruben, you could help film it too. Have Iron Horse go on this one.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say. All right, the next theory we got, I was telling you about this. Rugrats all takes place in Angelica's head.
Makes sense. She's crazy.
Exactly. All right, the theory that Rugrats was all a result of Angelica's imagination doesn't sound all that dark at first until you delve into the reasoning behind it and the way the characters believe. Apparently, Chucky died with his mother and Tommy was stillborn, which is why Chucky's father is a nervous wreck and Tommy's father is always making toys for a son that never had a chance to live. Oh, and the DeVilles had an abortion, but Angelica didn't know whether it would have been a boy or a girl, so she created the twins Phil and Lil. Dark, right? It gets worse. The theory also includes the spin-off All Grown Up, because it states that Angelica was a bipolar schizophrenic who got addicted to drugs as a teenager, leading her to recreating her childhood in an imaginary world, and because of her time lapse, her creations were older. Oh, and she died of an overdose when she was 13 at the end of All Grown Up. Sheesh.
That's
I thought that would be more fun to hear. But also Donald Duck has severe PTSD.
Oh yeah.
Like we didn't expect that one.
Yeah.
He's always angry.
That's true.
You ever seen with when Chris Rock gave his notations of Sesame Street?
Yeah.
Like he goes, "You ever watch Sesame Street? You ever realize when you go down there, they got a pimp, they got a crackhead, they got somebody to do. Look, I mean, you got a guy who's and he's the black guy, Oscar the Grouch,
It's like Paul Field coming back on my show.
I think Oscar the Grouch was my favorite.
Yeah. And he goes,
but now I emulate him, and I'm not sure that's too good for me.
Oh, yeah. And he goes,
I was going to say, it's like a homemade grumpy cat.
He does a very good explanation on him, on the Sesame Street.
Yeah.
And actually, it came out that, actually, I think the truth came out last year that Bert and Ernie were actually gay.
Yeah. Well,
You didn't know that already?
We always knew that.
I knew that, just like SpongeBob and Patrick.
Yeah.
It's the same. SpongeBob. You didn't know SpongeBob and Patrick are gay?
No, I just thought
They're
they
gay
were.
for each other.
Well, I mean, everybody's
Yellow, pink, you do care.
everybody's happy for each other. Duh.
Don't start. Don't start. Don't try to twist
Politically
what I'm
correct.
saying. Don't try to twist what I'm saying and make it something else.
And he always said
I meant what I said.
Snuffleupagus was always high.
Who was always
Hey,
us?
Big Bird.
Hey, yeah.
Bird,
Big Bird.
what you doing today?
Well, it's just like whatchamacallit? Winnie the Pooh. Each one of the characters represent a different mental
Yeah.
illness.
Oh yeah.
Like Eeyore's depression. Piglet.
Hi,
What was Piglet? I think.
I don't know what Piglet is.
I think Piglet. No, Rabbit was OCD.
Right.
Tigger was ADHD.
Well,
Yes.
you ever realize you could reference a lot of the Winnie the Pooh characters with Disney and Merry Think about it.
Yeah.
Eeyore is like Snuffleupagus.
No. Yeah.
Tigger is like Cookie Monster and Daffy Duck.
Oh boy.
It's rabbit season, duck season,
Wabbit season.
wabbit season.
I do.
And Piglet was always OCD, and I think Daffy Duck was kind of like that way. Who was OCD?
Duck season.
Rabbit.
Duck
Rabbit.
season.
Because he wanted his garden to be perfect all the
Perfect,
time.
yeah. Rabbit.
I think
Yeah.
Piglet was just anxiety in general.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then I think Pooh was an eating disorder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
'cause the honey.
Wimpy. I'll go ahead and pay you
Pretty much.
Tuesday for a hamburger today.
All right. So in other news, we got the Power Rangers are all child soldiers fighting against their will.
Oh, that's nice.
Right?
I was the pink Power Ranger when I was 5 years old.
Oh really?
I was the most badass child on the street.
I think I was the red one. We got a badass over here.
The Power Rangers was just a creation of back in the 80s. There was a show called Voltron.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I used to have the cat
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Voltron,
All right.
and I still remember the price of that cat back in the 80s. It was like $10.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh shit. Nice.
that
Man.
was a lot of money to a kid back in the 80s.
Nothing now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
But back in the 1980s, child soldiers who were recruited to battle in Iran were given plastic keys and told they were keys to heaven. They were then made to clear minefields ahead of the adults. This kind of stuff sadly still goes on to this day around the world. In terms of the Power Rangers universe, Zordon recruits teenagers from Earth to fight in a war between his people and the evil Rita Repulsa. To do this, he gives them gadgets, bright outfits, and magic abilities. He then essentially forces them to fight against hundreds of monsters in a war they shouldn't have been part of in the first place. This theory ended up being the inspiration of Adi Shankar's surprisingly good fan movie, starring James Van Der Beek as a grown-up Power Ranger. We were children...
James Van Der Beek.
Yeah.
It's very important.
You saw what I did.
Vanderbeek.
Van Der Beek.
Van Der Beek. Dawson's Creek.
There you go. We were children asked to fight in an intergalactic war against an enemy we've never met, Van Der Beek says in the film. Let's stop pretending our side stood on some moral high ground. Honestly, all it really did was just describe the movie. If you think about it.
Believe it or not, the one that actually some people probably catch on to this, and some probably haven't. But between George Lucas and Stan Lee, they're the only ones that actually really showed diversity in their films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, because even with the hints of Black Panther, Stan Lee came out with Black Panther back in the '60s, and he was afraid to bring it out because of the backlash of what Black Panther actually represented.
Yeah.
So that was one of his actually pride and joys, was to bring out Black Panther.
Yeah.
When he created it. And
Do you want to say rest in peace, Stanley?
Rest in peace. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And George Lucas, when he
Legend.
created Star Wars, if you think about and Gene Roddenberry too for Star Trek, because you think of anybody who did anything with space and aliens, they were trying to show diversity in
Yeah.
in the films.
Well, the CW show Supergirl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one shows. First of all, it's DC, so it's multiverse. Earth 38, I believe, is where it's set on. But aliens and humans coexist in one. They coexist in America, just like everybody else.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, too, if you see like a lot of shows, you guys know like the Three Stooges, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Believe it or not, when I think when Curly
It's probably
died,
some of your guys' favorites.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say they like the older style.
And when Curly died, there was actually a black comedian who was going to join, but I think it was it Paramount they were with, or Screen Gems. I think it was Screen Gems.
Yeah.
Screen Gems didn't want a black comedian on the Three Stooges, and they just gave him a small part in one scene, and because he was really funny, but they felt that the people wouldn't accept the Three Stooges with a black character.
Yeah.
So, and it's a little fun fact.
Yeah.
Our culture is messed up.
More pieces
it
of
is.
shit.
All the way around.
Very. Let's make that clear.
Yeah.
All right. So the Flintstones actually isn't set in the past. It's set in an apocalyptic future. And I think where this comes from is the 1987 crossover TV movie where the Flintstones met the Jetsons.
Oh,
You remember that?
I remember that, yeah.
I was gonna say I remember watching that one.
Oh, yeah. I
His
remember
boy Elroy.
Jane, his wife takes his whole wallet. That pissed me off so
No,
bad.
it's interesting. It's interesting that it says that because even if we watch the cartoons, it says it's BC. It never says AD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which kind of ruins the theory behind it, but
No, actually
how do
ruins
you-
the theory too behind it.
huh?
You know what else ruins the theory behind it?
What?
And I caught that on that fun facts things on cartoons. And I actually been thinking, how do the Flintstones have Christmas?
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say there's so many things that don't make sense with the Flintstones.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
Oh, didn't they made that live action Flintstones with wasn't it John
yeah.
Goodman in it?
Oh, yeah. It was
Yeah.
Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
And, it sucked. I saw it in the theaters.
Hey,
Can we just talk about John Goodman for a minute? How great he is.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
John Goodman. Oh, yeah.
Blues Brothers 2000.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Blues Brothers.
I do want to kind of read what this says, though.
Okay.
All right. I'm not trying to like interrupt you. I just was stating I wanted to read it. All right. So it says, you might not know that there was a 1987 crossover TV movie where the Flintstones met the Jetsons. We all knew that.
Yeah.
In that episode, his boy, Elroy, builds a time machine and sends them to the future. But due to an error, they end up in the past. But the Nerdist has theorized that the time machine actually worked. They did go to the future. That's weird because Jetsons is set in the future.
Right. So it will reverse this back. You know, if they wanted to, if they would have did that, some theories is that the planet will, flood more, and the United States and a lot of places in Europe will become like a bunch of islands.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I could see that happening. Because when you look at the Earth before, it was mostly land.
Right.
And, it's been flooded so many times by, just the oceans and just natural disasters that, the Earth has become 70% water.
Water, exactly.
To become like the human body.
If you don't mind if I digress on that part a little bit, if you want to.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
And we'll go back to the Jetsons. I just want to say this. There's a couple of theories about the planet flooding, plus about Antarctica. Like when you see it on the globe, it looks like one big landmass. But there's a guy named he was a Navy admiral, Admiral Byrd, and he actually, before they put any restrictions on Antarctica, he was able to travel beyond the ice wall.
Yeah.
He was on a TV show and he did an interview. It's on YouTube. It was like 1953, I believe. He did an interview. He said the U.S. government, the president at the time, I think it was either Eisenhower or FDR. I forgot which. I think it was FDR. Sent them on a mission. Yeah, it was FDR because FDR sent them on a mission to Antarctica because Hitler was also on a mission to Antarctica. Yeah. Because they looked at ancient maps, and according to the ancient maps, there's actually more land beyond Antarctica. That's why if you actually look at Antarctica, there's actually mountains that are covered in snow. Gotcha. And they theorized that Antarctica used to be a tropical place. But if you go out, they said that I think it's about 2,000 miles out, roughly. Yeah. And they said there's more land beyond Antarctica, and it's actually warm.
Okay.
And there's land mass there that's twice the size of the United States.
That makes sense.
And there's a lot of minerals there. There's iron. There's ore. They even theory that a lot of the dinosaurs that we have here are actually on those islands.
Okay.
Not like like the pterodactyls and everything.
Yeah,
but like in Jurassic Park.
Like when like the meteor hit that wiped out the dinosaurs, like it missed part of the Earth, right?
Missed part of the Earth, right?
Yeah. So that's the theory that there's still dinosaurs here.
Right.
Just in like a remote part.
Remote part, right? And then when we had the Ice Age, we had the flooding, and then you had the Ice Age, and when all the seas receded back and formed the ice, that area of land was actually trapped.
Okay.
Trapped in. And there was no way to get, because you look at the Antarctica ice wall, it's about 1,500 feet high.
Okay, gotcha.
But that's, in theory, that's one of the conspiracy theories.
All right. Yeah, no, I do. I do have to let these guys on. I do want to finish reading this, though.
Go ahead, John.
I don't mean to cut you off. I hope you were done.
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, we're done.
Yeah. I did want to hear everything he had to say.
I'm sorry, guys.
There's no proper way to word that right now.
No. You can say, hey, Room, I got to get to news.
Yeah, no. I'll talk about this more with him one day. All right, but let's say the Jetsons live in the sky in order to escape the wasteland down below. Said wasteland may have been caused by some kind of nuclear apocalypse, and the only way to survive is to live up in orbit city while the Earth recovers. In this new world, any surviving animals get a fresh start without humans around. They evolve with enriched intelligence and functioning robots and are able to eventually clone dinosaurs. So when humans do finally come back down, tech is hugely advanced, but the cost is too high. So they come up with a nature-based system where humans can be engineered to achieve Herculean feats. They also end up with using animals to drive technology, from pig garbage disposals to birds playing records. They are attempting to rebuild what they once had using whatever is around. They even have a modern banking system. And why would they celebrate Christmas in prehistoric times, eh?
Hey.
The Flintstones are actually us in the far future, you maniacs. You blew it up. Ah, damn you. God damn you all to hell. Attempting to reclaim the past via everything from technology to religion to entertainment. So maybe they said it in BC all over again?
So it restarted.
Yeah, maybe they did something like that.
Someone has way too much time on their hands.
Well, it wasn't me. I'm just reading this. All right, but anyway, we do have to let Doug and Max get on the air. We got to give
Doug and Max.
Ah, shit.
They are not supposed to know I'm schizophrenic. You made it funny.
You see, I'm supposed to say Tom and Mongelli because there's so much there.
All three of us are coming.
Exactly. Tom Mongelli, left and right side, and Doug Max. Or should I say Tom Mongelli and then Doug Max?
Tom, my jelly.
What? I don't know you.
Good night,
All
Gracie.
right, but anyways, time for a little bit of funny talk with Mongelli and Max. That is it for the roundtable tonight on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2. Good night, everybody.
Good job, John.